Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on the market. It's currently 4:53 p.m., October 19, 2021, Tuesday. Take two. That's right. I already did a 10-minute video and I didn't record my audio. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing okay. We're getting into the fall here. Actually, it's supposed to warm up a couple days, but it's been getting cooled down. Just looking forward to some good trading. We got a little bit of good price action today, I would say, in certain aspects. Wasn't ideal. I was having a hard time finding certain types of setups, but news stepped up a little bit. We had the SPY gapping up, and then the grind up, and then the kind of flat line during lunch, then the pullback, and then the float test to new highs and failed, and then, standard book of spells. SPY getting up to highs. I think we just need to take out the highs at this point and move up for the rest of the year, and then eventually sell off to new lows. If that does ever happen, who knows? We're in a weird market. We are just in a weird market, and we just got to trade what we see. There's a lot of pumping going on today on all the, the meme stocks or the ape stocks, whatever you call it. And those things are just kind of annoying. I don't mind AMC and GME, but the other ones like SDC and DATS and BBIG and all those, who cares about those things? Those things are just pieces of crap that are getting pumped by traders who get in earlier, and that's not what trading's all about, even though it's been going on for decades and decades. Anyway, that point done. My day was fair. The last 3 days I wasn't able to do a video yesterday because I had to leave. I lost a bit yesterday. Came off a nice win on Friday, lost a bit yesterday. Got most of it back today. So I'm kind of up a little bit in the last 3 days, whatever. But today was kind of news play worthy, and there was a couple mistakes. So let's get into it. I didn't start my day with Tesla. I screwed up on this drop here. I was looking for the bounce off 83 and actually put in 888 instead of 868 instead of 863. For a pull, as it was dropping down, I was looking to take a flush of the 863 level here. Once it would have worked out perfectly, would have caught pretty much 50 cents above the bottom, and had this nice little bounce. And instead, I got in here with this flushing candle, and quickly I was down 2 points and got out with an $81 loss. Awesome, right? That was my second trade of the day. I'll talk about my first trade of the day last. AMC kind of been making its moves today. Just with all this ape conversation and everything, it fell off pretty hard, actually, more than I expected to. I thought it was going to kind of have a better day. The CEO around here was on CNBC and everything. They're looking at new channels to make revenue because they know that the movie theater business is definitely not the place to be right now. Starbucks was a news event that kind of jumped in late, failed it terribly. It was just a mistake. MQ, bad trade, just didn't follow through. Mara, end of the day, bad trade, I think. Let's see, never got through the 54 level. I was kind of front running the 54 level. This should have been my play here, which was the 53.74 level break, and I would have been definitely in the money on that after this candle, but at least I wouldn't have lost on the other trade. Anyway, Twitter news trade didn't really go off. MRVL news trade didn't go off. Tilray was a mistake of the day, or missed the day, I should say. I guess I went to get something to eat around this time, around 12:30, right here. And news came out about California or something like that, and it just went up $1.50, and just I missed it. I love trading Tilray when it gets news because I can hit the 500, buy 500, 100, 500. Like 3 times, have 1,500 shares, or even 4 times at 2,000 shares, and this would have been a monster, and I missed it today. So I had a little bit of a FOMO today. The Tilray trade I took was like a break at 11 here on this move, and just didn't really move, so I kind of got out of it. It already made a huge move, so I was like, whatever. Uber, one of those trades that I'd like to do during lunchtime, which gets pumped at CNBC, makes a move, makes a secondary move. I look for like the peak high. I was actually in for 47.60, went to 47.69 short, pulled down, never looked back. But I actually got out around, with a small gain. I was only in for a couple hundred shares, no big deal. I'm just testing the waters on that type of Baba. Didn't really work out the way I wanted to. Went in my favor, but didn't continue. RKT was a news play. Quick pop right here and drop. I got a little piece and got out, luckily. Bros was the miss of the day besides the news play. 61 was the call. I really liked it, and when they're really tough traders like Bros, which it gets really spready, get 30% spreads at times. I was only going to go on 300 shares, and this is one if I had gone on big, it would have hit 61 and never looked back. Of course, I saw a trader that I work with that just killed it on this one, and that gives me frustration and FOMO. But whatever, what are you going to do? Snap news event on Snap here. Got a quick piece. Probably could have jumped in a little bit harder, but I got in a little bit late on the news. It was unfortunate. This was the one, of course, I didn't do well on that one. This is all within like 10, 20 minutes for a bunch of these trades. It's SPLK, which I've never really traded. I don't remember trading it, maybe once in the past. 1.7 million traded. We had the news at 166.50 here, and I could have just hit 100 shares, 200 shares, and made a nice chunk of change. Yet I waited, and then I was waiting for it to rotate, and it rotated and went up another 30, 40 cents. And then I kind of forced it and got in it and got out it real quick. But I think I really could have made like $200 to $400 on that trade relatively quickly with small share size too. MO news event, chewables or some kind of thing for the gums for nicotine. It got this pop, and then it got out, and it dropped, of course. NKLA was one of those ones. It's kind of trading like Tesla or Till right now. Patent lawsuit against Tesla, and I could have gone bing, bing, bing with 500 shares, 500 shares, 500 shares. Except I just went with 500 shares and got $82 on that. My day started, so going back to the Tesla trade, which was a mistake and cost me $81, that sucked, was the first 5 minutes of the trading day. Walmart was all the play this morning. Big news on it, upgrades, all this other stuff, and I got in on a break of a 1 minute high. And it took off, and I just was in for 500 shares and just was like cutting shares out every 10, 15 cents, looking for a big move. Then we get the nice 20-cent rush, and then I was like gonna hold on to 100 shares, let it run for the day, thinking it was gonna make some really nice moves. But then the market kind of turned. I say, you know what? Let's get out, take our money. We can always get back in, and I never got back in because it never went where I needed to be, like above 145, where I wanted to get above to get back in. Anyway. 193 on that trade is how I started my day. Then I hit the Tesla trade, and that was like super annoying, really frustrating. But what are you going to do? So 244 on the day. I'll take it. I still see some better days ahead. And speaking of Walmart, I did go to Walmart this past weekend. I don't usually go that much, but my son and I have been doing a lot of sports trading cards lately, and we're looking for some, retail cards. Obviously, they don't have them very often. They didn't have them that day. But I went to the back of the store, and there was a section of the store, probably almost the length of a football field. And the width was probably a quarter of a football field. So we'll say to the hash mark, from one sideline to the hash mark, maybe a little bit further in. Empty. No shelves, no product, just straight floor space, all floor space. And I'm thinking, maybe we're doing something for Christmas. And then I said, well, maybe the Christmas stuff should be in the front of the place. It just seemed weird. I just feel like they're not stocking shelves because there aren't enough people to stock the shelves. I don't think they have enough product to stock the shelves with, even though they have a ton of product, but they just have a lot of filler product because people aren't buying some of the crap that they have out there. I don't know. Maybe we really are in a supply hunch right now, and who knows what's going to happen with that going into the end of the year. But there's definitely a factor involved here, so something to keep in mind with the supply chain and retail stores and things like that. I think digital assets are pretty strong at this point. Like the Roku, even though it was down today, after making a big move up, it definitely fell off. But like Roku, Netflix, all these other guys, even Amazon, I don't know. People are gonna have to buy stuff, but they're gonna be a little bit more. I think people were more laid back on their purchases around the Christmas and holiday season because there's just the products aren't there, and you don't want to just buy any piece of crap, So it's just Rich's 2 cents here. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. You guys have a good night. Let me know how your trading's going. I really like to hear how you guys are doing. Make sure you're being smart, staying in the game, and I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night.